Hello, my name is Ed Doherty. I'm also on a YouTube channel called CNC Machinist Network. I teach CNC machining at Suncoast Technical College in Sarasota, Florida. And I'm just going to do a recording about my motorcycle crash at South Georgia Motorsport Park last Saturday, which would be November 19th. I just got home. It's now November 22nd. Okay, I do motorcycle drag racing as a hobby. I've been doing this for a long time. It's not something new. I was on a new machine I just purchased, but it was very similar to one I already own. I was not unfamiliar with how to ride the bike, but I had an incident in which I blacked out while I was riding it. So it's very concerning to me. I'm going to get thoroughly checked out by my doctors, but I just want to show you the incident so everybody understands what happened. Uh, it's not gruesome. I have a full leather suit on with helmet, gloves, and boots, and we always use a high grade helmet. It's required by the association. And you can see that I'm here with, slightly swollen hands. So I'm going to show you a couple of this is like qualifying practice runs on Saturday, and then Sunday would be elimination. So they have all different classes, and I'm trying to qualify in a class called Super Comp or Super Competition. So let me show you a couple of those runs here. Let me just bump this up a little bit. Okay, 1 hour 35 minutes in this tape is the where it happened to me. So this is a view of the starting line. So it switches from starting line view to finish line view. And the camera's almost at the half track position. I'll go over some of the situation here. It was actually a very cold day. The track appears to be shiny. It's actually got a lot of sticky adhesion on there, so it appears to be shiny, but that's very, very good traction. The cube in the middle is a timing cube. They have them all the way down the track. So that one is the 330-foot mark, which is about 25% of the track length. We do quarter of a mile or 1,320 feet with our racing surface. So we launch from the starting line. It's like being at a red light, and racing somebody and going to the finish line, and whoever gets there first. And then there's an area where you can slow down. There's jersey barriers on the side. We all wear full leather suits, helmets, gloves, boots, so it's very well protected in this area versus doing this on the street with minimal equipment. All right, let me bump this up to what happened to me. Okay, actually, this is right before my incident here, but I had previously run to that day of 9.0 at 155 miles an hour, so I'd already done a practice run earlier. And I'll be the next pair, and I'm going to be in the far lane or the right hand lane as you're viewing this. Okay, I'm coming up now. I'm in the right hand lane, and you'll see me start to keel over before the cube. There I go. And I slide and roll a little bit. And I lost my glove. So that's pretty much it. So as far as what happened, that's what happened. But you can see that not that worse for wear. But how it happened was what's troubling me, and people wanted to understand. It wasn't like the bike was out of control. It was running fine. It was like flawless. My memory of it was being on the starting line and remembering the launch, and then it goes blank after that. I do have a dream sequence of me rolling to the right, but it felt more like a dream and sort of disconnected. And then the next thing I remember is laying on my back with medics standing over me. And then I realized it wasn't good. So I had to be very careful. They strap me all down, make sure they tie my head down so I don't move it in case I have I don't want to be paralyzed or anything. And they carted me off to Valdosta Hospital, where I spent overnight there. Now, they diagnosed me with syncope, which is a term for fainting or blacking out. So, in my self-diagnosis, I'm trying to make appointments with my regular doctor, my heart doctor. That I actually have a low heart rate, which is under 60 beats per minute in resting condition, and but I've had no problems with that forever. But I think it may be contributing to this. So, but I'm going to have my heart doctor look at that. And he had suggested a long time ago a pacemaker, but in order to get the heart rate up, that's the only thing I can think of that would have caused something like that. It's pretty much you're not getting enough blood flow to your brain, and it happened on acceleration. So that's the only sense I can make out of this. It's very disturbing. At this point, I could tell that I cannot race anymore unless this is rectified. So I am 67 years old, but I don't think age has a lot to do with it. I'm very experienced at this, so I find it disappointing that I can't do it anymore if that's the case. But I also want to say that I had a lot of help at the track. I had racing friends like Gary Russell and other friends assist me with putting everything back, getting my rig in order, my RV and my trailer and my racing machine back in there. Actually helped drive the vehicle home for me, so they didn't want me to drive, so they helped me out great. And now I'm here at home, just resting up and hopefully going back to work next week. But I just want to let everybody know what happened, so they're clear about what happened. Obviously, things like this can happen in a racing facility. That's why we have the protective equipment on. We're racing in a controlled surface, so unlike being on the street, that would have been much more horrific, So this is, believe it or not, a much safer environment to do this in. But to be passing out while you're driving along is not a good thing. So I want to make sure that A, that it doesn't happen again, and B, that we get to the bottom of it. So I wasn't out of control. I wasn't doing something crazy that I've never done before. But this is pretty much what happened. So let me just switch screens here. I did look up something. Pause for a second. Okay, this is syncope, temporary loss of consciousness caused by fail in blood pressure. So I think this is where I'm looking at. So I had hydrated that morning. I ate. I have some slight blood pressure medication I do take. So I don't know if the medication is correct or not. So but we're going to look at all that stuff. That's pretty much the possible diagnosis of what happened to me. So I want to make sure everybody's clear about what happened, and I'm okay now. I'm fine. I just got to recover from my bumps and bruises. Pretty much most of it is my hands and my shoulders and stuff. Everything else is fine. It probably looked worse than what really happened to me. So I thank everybody for their concern, and I had a lot of people reaching out to me, wanting to know how I did. So anyway, just wanted to say Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.